Imagine typing a single prompt and getting an entire story. Not just one image, but consistent characters, lighting, and scenes that look like they belong to the same movie. That's what Higgsfield calls popcorn, and it might just change how AI storytelling works. It's the latest release from Higgsfield, one of the fastest growing Gen AI companies building tools for creators, filmmakers, and storytellers. Today, we're diving deep into Higgsfield Popcorn, a new AI system that combines image editing, storyboarding, and scene continuity into one cohesive creative engine. It's being called the new start of AI's Hollywood era. Higgsfield is one of the fastest growing Gen AI companies building tools for creators instead of coders. Popcorn is their latest feature. Think of it as your storyboard generator, image editor, and scene director all in one. The idea? From one image and a few prompts, it builds up to 8 coherent frames that tell a single story. If you've played with AI image generators like Nano Banana or Seedream, you know the problem. Image consistency. Change the angle or scene, and suddenly your main character looks like a stranger. Popcorn tries to fix that by introducing something new: scene continuity for AI. Here's how it works. You give it up to 4 input images, say a character, a location, a prop, and a mood reference. Then Popcorn generates up to 8 outputs that follow your visual style and maintain character and background consistency. Let's go hands-on. When you open Higgsfield Popcorn, the interface feels clean and cinematic, more like a production tool than an art generator. You start with your inputs. These can be reference photos, sketches, or concept images. Alright, so this is the Higgsfield Popcorn dashboard, and right away you can tell this isn't your typical AI art generator. It feels more like a director's control room than an image tool. Right up top, it says Enter Director Mode, and that's really the idea here. Let's try something simple but cinematic. I'm going to type a summer afternoon by the sea. A girl in a sailor uniform stands by the railing, waiting for someone who never arrives. Soft sunlight, gentle breeze, nostalgic tone, and hit enter. This gives Popcorn enough context to understand both the mood and story direction, not just what to draw, but how it should feel. Up here, you can see a row of small example frames. These show how Popcorn can build a visual sequence, not just one shot. Each frame keeps the same character, lighting, and style, almost like stills from a short film. In the center, you've got your main preview window. This is where your reference image or generated frame appears. You're not just generating random pictures. You're actually planning and visualizing a story before the AI even starts creating. The layout is super simple. Up here, you can see a row of small example frames. These show how Popcorn can build a visual sequence, not just one shot. Each frame keeps the same character, lighting, and style, almost like stills from a short film. Right now, I've got this serene coastal scene of a girl looking out over the ocean, and this is exactly the kind of image you can feed into Popcorn as your starting point. Now, just below that, you can see 2 modes, manual and auto. Manual mode gives you full control. You decide the story direction, the references, and how the scenes connect. Auto mode, on the other hand, lets the AI take charge and build the whole storyboard from a single description. And here's what Popcorn created from that one shot description. 4 completely different shots, but they all look like they belong to the same movie. The lighting, the outfit, even the way the wind moves her hair, everything stays consistent from frame to frame. That's the real power of Popcorn's multi-image pipeline. It understands continuity. Now you'll notice each frame here has an edit keyframe button. This is where Popcorn takes things to the next level. If you think of these 4 frames as scenes from a film, the keyframe editor lets you go back and refine each one individually without breaking the overall visual style. So for example, if I click Edit Keyframe, Popcorn opens up a new editing window. Here I can adjust the prompt, change the lighting, or even slightly alter the character's pose or emotion, and it automatically keeps everything else consistent. It's like giving AI a set of creative directions between takes. Let's say I want the second shot to feel a bit more emotional, more melancholic. If you've ever tried doing this in other tools like Nano Banana or Seedream, you know how impossible this level of consistency is. One small change in a prompt usually changes the entire character. Different face, different lighting, completely different vibe. But here, Popcorn locks onto your world and just lets you fine-tune the storytelling. And it doesn't stop at single frames. You can chain these together, Create a whole sequence of connected keyframes, and Popcorn will treat it like a storyboard, keeping characters, props, and scenery coherent across every shot. You can even go back and edit older keyframes later to rebalance lighting, fix framing, or add more atmosphere. It's all non-destructive. This is what Higgsfield means when they say AI is entering Hollywood. It's cinematic, it's consistent, it's aesthetic, and it's powerful. Whether you're building a storyboard, concept art, or even planning a full campaign, Popcorn, I can type something like, she glances toward the horizon, her hair moving gently in the wind, the sun setting lower. Then I hit generate again, and now Popcorn rebuilds that frame in context, keeping her appearance and environment the same, but shifting the tone of the moment. This is what makes Popcorn special. You're not regenerating from scratch, you're directing scene by scene, just like in a real film production. And just like that, Popcorn updates the frame, but what's amazing is how it remembers everything else. It's not about making random pretty pictures anymore, it's about directing scenes, controlling tone, and building visual continuity from one prompt to another. Higgsfield Popcorn represents a quiet but important shift in AI, from generating images to directing visual stories. The girl's face, her outfit, the colors of the sea, nothing breaks continuity. Instead, the mood evolves naturally. You can literally feel the shift in emotion between these shots. This is where Higgsfield Popcorn really feels like a director's assistant. You're not just describing a scene to an AI, you're collaborating with it. You tell it what you want to feel in each moment, and it adjusts while staying loyal to your story's visual identity. If you want to try it yourself, I've linked Higgsfield Popcorn in the description below. Huge thanks to Higgsfield for sponsoring this video and for creating tools that push AI creativity forward instead of locking it behind complexity. This has been IdeaPlex, where we explore the future of ideas one innovation at a time.